Yo, dudes, what's up? It's Saturday, so I'm outside of my house again. And as you can see, I'm outside of my house during the day. Man, my beard is, I need to trim this thing up. I'm also wearing my sunglasses because I parked my car right in the sun, and I didn't want to move my car. Anyways, I guess this is gonna be like my weekly upload when I'm out. I think it's easier because see, I end up showing up like everywhere I go, like super early, right? Like I'm supposed to be meeting some people at 5. It's like 4:35. Like I'm here quite earlier than other people. So usually I just sit in my car and read the internet, but I mean I can use this time obviously to talk about things. So the last episode, the last video episode, whatever, last video, I was talking about AI and like lucid dreaming, right? Well, last night while I was on a work call and I was bored, I was like, I like Chat GPT, right? I like it, but I don't want to always be able to, like, I don't want to have to type it. Like if I'm thinking of something and I'm like in a game, I don't want to have to tab out, go find my Chat GPT tab, type it in, it'll spit some stuff out. I have to read it. Like that's just too many steps for me sometimes. So what I did was I found an extension for Chrome that allows me to just hit spacebar. Well, I could hit whatever, right? And then it just uses my mic, and it will input my transcription into Chat GPT as long as the screen was up, right? And then it would put output as TTS. So I could just ask a simple question. Chat GPT outputs into TTS, so I can just be continuing to do what I'm doing, and then go from there, right? Because like sometimes, like I don't want to have to read through all that. I want it to just be like, boom, here is how, you know, man, I'm tired at 5 in the afternoon. Here's how it is, and then I was like, that's still kind of annoying because well, I'll still have to go out. I'll have to go to the Chat GPT tab, hit spacebar, and then save my prompts, whatever, and go from there. So I thought about it and I'm like, well, I could just use auto hotkey to send a command to a Chrome window that has Chat GPT. So I asked Chat GPT, hey, write me an AHK script for sending a key press to you. So I now have an AHK script that as long as ChatGPT is in its own tab, in its own window, the problem is, right, is when you open Chrome, every tab is like a child within that Chrome window. So technically I can do it with Chrome. It would probably be easier if all I had open was like, let's just say I put it in like Microsoft Edge or something like that, or a Firefox or like a Brave browser. So it was a completely separate standalone browser. AHK sends as long as I hold down like, left control space bar, it'll send it to that screen. So now I can just leave ChatGPT in the background, and then I just hit left control push, space bar, and I can just talk, and then it'll output even if it's in the background. Now, if I had it in Edge or something along those lines, I'd have to find another extension that works like the one that I have for Chrome. But I'll figure that out, right? So this is like my first step. I really wanted something where I could just voice talk to my computer when I have a question, right? Because I think that's just easier than having to go there and then write it all out. Less steps, more efficiency. So I'm gonna play around with that more and try to see how I can utilize that on a daily basis. Now, you might be like, oh, but then your computer will be listening to you. But I have to hit the space bar, and it's probably listening to me anyways. So it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like one of the big things, and like I've had to explain this to people, when I talked about like AI and stuff like that, is we as a society are so far into, like, I have a smartphone, so everything I say is listened to on a daily basis. I have smart devices. Everything I say or do is tracked already. So knowing that there's nothing that I can do about that, because NSA, FBI, other three-letter word organizations are probably listening to the video as I record it. I might as well utilize the tools that I have at my disposal to better myself for the future, and stuff like that. But with that said, I've been trying to do more lucid dreaming. I have gotten my dreams to be a bit more vivid as of late, utilizing some sounds, some of those, neural beats or whatever, binaural beats, while I'm sleeping, along with that whole thing that I was talking about the last video, where I mentioned, before I go to sleep, I try to like close my eyes. And, well, obviously, I close my eyes if I'm trying to go to sleep, because I'm not sleeping with my eyes open. But while I'm trying to drift off to sleep, I just say, in my head, you're dreaming, you're dreaming, you're dreaming. And it has been working. My dreams have been a lot more vivid this week. I haven't gotten to lucidity yet, but I have had excessively more vivid dreams. They don't necessarily make any sense. Like last night, I had a dream where I was out to eat with a whole bunch of people from work, and it was like a work meeting with like salespeople, and the people sitting next to us were eyeballing all of the leftovers, because the salespeople buy really, really expensive stuff. And I saw that they were eyeing the leftovers, and instead of letting them have the leftovers, I stayed behind to eat the remainder of the leftovers so that they couldn't have the leftovers, and they were really mad at me, and it was way more leftovers than I thought. But because I didn't want to let them have the leftovers, I sat there and ended up like eating all of the leftovers in my dreams. It was a lot of nacho chips for some reason, like the tortilla chips that are like multiple different colors. It was, yeah. I don't know what to psychoanalyze from that, but it is what it is. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but I got an under the desk treadmill. And it's working out a lot better than I thought it would. I thought that it would take up too much space, and then I would get mad and just like move it to the other room and like not use it anymore. But it's not as big as I thought that it was, and it fits nicely underneath my desk. I do need to clean up my office a bit more though, and move some stuff. I got an old desk in there that I don't really need. A lot of extra just junk in there that can be moved out, and just some more space. I need to vacuum in there as well. But it's good, and I thought that I was going to need to, why can't you renew a passport online? Like, I was trying to like take stock of everything, because I'm going to Japan in the end of December for New Year's, for a couple of weeks. And so I was like, oh, well, I better make sure that my passport is up to date. I have to renew it when I get back. But like, why can't you renew a passport online? Like, I can mail a passport in, and then they're going to send me a new passport. I wonder if I got to get a new picture. I hope I don't have to get a new picture. Although, I mean, that picture was from 10 years ago. It still kind of looks like me a little bit. Just not as fat. So, yeah, it's weird how few things. I need to reminder to myself. I need to look into like the global fast pass. That was something that I wanted to do before COVID, since I was going to Japan regularly. There's like a global, so like the fast pass, like you just zoom through. You don't have to take your shoes off. They don't check anything. They're just like, yeah, this guy's good. It is what it is. It was probably like the best money that I've ever spent. Like when I was traveling a lot, like for both work and for myself. Um, sure, the lines were a little bit longer because, well, when everybody has fast pass, it just becomes the normal line. But it went a lot faster because, like I said, you don't have to really take off your coat. You don't have to take off your shoes. You don't have to take most of the stuff out of your bag. Like it's usually whatever. I've only ever gotten like stopped because of I'll just like forget like a drink or something in my bag, and so that was like the only reasons I ever got stopped. But there was a global version, and I need to see how long that takes. I wonder if I can get that before I go to Japan. I don't know. We'll find out. Also, I'm disappointed that like where I'm at, like it doesn't look like it rained at all. But it rained like hard last night, and so my full my full yard mowing remains but remains hindered by the rain. So that kind of sucks. But that's just an update on me. I'm gonna end this and probably go get a seat, and they'll show up whenever. But anyways, take it easy, homies. I'll probably see you again next Saturday. Peace out.